Let's watch a couple of clips. This is the White House press secretary.
Doge and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money. They also found that there...
I look forward to answering questions. Thank you.
Sir, would you like to be escorted out?
Go away.
You don't have the responsibility to tell me where to go. Do you want to be escorted out or not?
Thank you. I look forward to answering questions in a minute. Thank you.
I'm not a potted plant.
Everyone will have an opportunity to ask questions in just a minute. Thank you.
Miller
So,
has explicitly told me he will not answer my questions. I'm justified
So-
in what I'm doing. Get your hands off me. 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 Answer a damn question.
I look forward to answering questions in 2 minutes.
You know about Israel's nuclear weapons. Everybody from the ICJ.
This guy was just sitting there, and then they started messing with him. He was just sitting there. He was minding his own damn business, and then they started messing with him, and now he's sitting there basically saying all the questions that he was wanting to ask, but isn't going to get a chance to ask.
I'm sitting here quietly, and now I'm being manhandled by 2 or 3 people.
Now see in this video how Matthew Miller, the slide...
For possibility.
You can leave, sir. You want to go with us right
Again,
now?
I'm happy to address questions. I look forward to answering questions in a minute. Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll let him speak. We'll hear from him. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been lots of speeches.
He's going to snitch. Matthew Miller's going to snitch. He's like, hey, police officers, can you escort that journalist? He asked really tough questions.
I look forward to answering questions.
This is the Biden administration.
Everyone will have an opportunity to ask questions in just a minute. Thank you.
And then he's going to talk about respect the process
I have
as they're dragging him out.
greater pleasure in this job than crossing off the list I carry in my pocket the names of those who have been arbitrarily detained and unfairly held hostage, unjustly held hostage, and bringing them home, returning them to their families, returning to their loved ones.
So that's absolutely insane. Let's see, do we have more? They drag him out. Let's take a look at Max Blumenthal here.
And this is decensored news put together a really nice edit.
This happened the same
My
day.
intervention.
This happened later on. So good on Max Blumenthal for standing up for his buddy.
For you asking the tough
Or standing
questions,
up for journalism.
for you holding us to account, being on the receiving end. Sometimes that's not always the most comfortable thing, not always the most enjoyable thing, but it is the most necessary thing.
300 reporters in Gaza were on the receiving end of your bombs. Why did you keep the bombs flowing when we had a deal in May?
I'm happy to address
we all
questions.
knew we had a deal. Everyone in this room knows we had a deal, Tony, and you kept the bombs flowing.
I'm happy to address
Why did you
questions when we get a
sacrifice the
chance. Thank you.
rules-based order on the mantle of your commitment to Zionism? Why did you allow my friends to be massacred? Why did you allow
I'm
my
happy to
friends'
address,
homes in
your
Gaza to be
questions
destroyed
when
when we had
we
a
get to
deal
questions. Thank
in
you.
May? You helped destroy our religion, Judaism, by associating
Yeah, I have a
with
statement.
fascism.
Thank
You
you.
waved the white flag before
We'll have the time to take
Netanyahu.
questions at the end.
You waved the white flag before Israeli fascism.
We'll
I
have
look forward to taking
Your
questions when I get a chance
father-in-law
to
was an
finish my
Israel
statement.
lobbyist. Your
Thank you.
grandfather was an Israel lobbyist. Are you compromised by Israel? Why did you allow the Holocaust of our time to happen? How does it feel to have your legacy be genocide? How does it feel to have your legacy be genocide? You too, Matt. You smirk through the whole thing every day. You smirk through a genocide.
Thank you.
What I liked about that was how he said it was the Holocaust of our times. The Holocaust of our times. You just, not only did you ignore it, not only was there
check this out.
deliberate
This chocolate
indifference.
literally fragments fat cells into tiny
All right,
pieces
my God,
and flushes them
corporate
out of the
America,
body so
calm
quickly.
the fuck down. Like shit. Not only was there deliberate indifference with the Holocaust of our times, but they financed it. They financed it and they kept it fucking going. They kept killing the kids. They kept murdering the kids every fucking day. You want people to go out and vote for Kamala when you murdered kids every goddamn day? 300,000 kids? You don't think that's enough fucking kids? Jesus Christ. And for what? Zionism? For Zionism? So is Donald Trump going to continue on with this America Last policy? I mean, he came in and he got the fucking ceasefire deal, right? He got the ceasefire deal. He's going to release the JFK, RFK, MLK files, and he got TikTok back, right? He got TikTok back up He should win a Nobel Peace Prize. If the ceasefire deal between Israel and Palestine holds up, Donald Trump should win the Nobel Peace Prize. It was amazing what he did. Is it just to make Biden look like a douchebag? Who knows? But maybe because Biden just kept on giving him a bunch of bombs and guns and planes and a whole bunch of, weapons of war, and he wouldn't stop, and he never would confront Netanyahu. Biden says, I hate everything that you're doing, but here's another $25 billion. $25 fucking billion. And they're talking about $50 million for condoms with Gaza. Did you see that? Should I bring that clip up? I put it in the very beginning. So $50 million for condoms in Gaza. Do you believe this dumb shit? Do you believe this dumb shit? This is fascism. This was fascism under the Biden administration. People want to say, oh, he's not Hitler. He's not Hitler. If he was Hitler, then how come all these Democrats are hanging out with him? Because they're fucking fascists themselves. They were fascists. You saw how they just handled fucking journalists in America. I thought we got free speech. I thought we have a freedom of the press. That Sam Husseini didn't say a damn thing. They were just fucking with him. And then I think actually I saw him in the audience. So I think Max Blumenthal did his little demonstration. And then that Sam Husseini was just sitting there waiting for his turn to ask a question. And they just targeted him because they know that he's going to ask a bunch of tough questions. So this fascism that Donald looks like, my guess is Donald is going to fold. He's going to fold. He's going to start kissing Netanyahu's ass. He's talking about cleaning up Gaza. He's talking about how the ceasefire isn't going to hold up because Donald isn't strong enough. Donald isn't strong enough. He's the head of the empire. He's the brand new emperor, but he's not going to be able to tell Israel to maintain the deal. You made a deal, Israel, so now maintain the deal. The phase 2 of the deal is going to be March the 2nd. That's a whole nother month. That's a whole nother month for the ceasefire deal to essentially evaporate, for it to fold. You've already seen a whole bunch of murders. They've already killed 70, 100 people, so they're still killing people. Instead of Gaza, they're killing people in the West Bank now. But they're supposed to move into Gaza. But he's talking about cleaning that whole mess up because it looks like a demolition zone. So they're not going to return? They're not going to return? Right now, they're returning to the rubble right now. They're returning to that demolition zone right now. But he wants to take 1.5 million Palestinian people and put them in Egypt, put them in Jordan. And he's trying to talk to the leaders of Egypt and Jordan to take the Palestinians. There's only 2 million Palestinians in Palestine. So 1.5 million, he's talking about 75% of the entire country. If the ceasefire deal holds up and it gets to phase 2, and phase 2, which would be March 2nd, he should win the Nobel Peace Prize. If he could keep TikTok up and running, there's a 45-day freeze on TikTok right now. He should get, not the Nobel Peace Prize, but he should get all the accolades in the world. If they actually release JFK, they tell you that the government did it. The government did RFK. The government was involved with MLK. He should get all the compliments and accolades in the world. 45 days from now, that'll be March 10th. So March is going to tell the tale. March 2nd is going to be phase 2 of the ceasefire. Will it hold up? And then March 10th will be TikTok. The 45-day freeze will be over. Are they going to sell it to some American billionaire or not? And then will the administration fold and just throw 170 million American users into the toilet, make everybody go to Red Note so they can see how great China is doing, how they have modern technology, how they're... Our capitalist society, we have the ability to produce like 50 cars, 50,000 cars per person, 50,000 shoes, 50,000 goddamn washing machines, 50,000 couches. Why do we have any homeless? Why do we have any people that don't have all the basic life necessities? Our capitalist system could churn out all these incredible goods at a lower and lower and more efficient cost. So, he is a fascist. My guess is he's going to carry on with the Biden administration. It's going to be Joe Biden 2.0. It's going to be Joe Biden 2.0. He's going to carry on with the fascism of Obama and Clinton and George W. He's going to carry on with the fascism. They criticized Donald for moving the embassy, for giving the Golan Heights, the Abrahamic Accords. But did Biden reverse any of those things? Did Biden take the embassy and put it back into Tel Aviv? Did he take the Golan Heights back? He kissed fucking Netanyahu's ass. Biden kissed Netanyahu's ass. He was America last. And Donald Trump is going to be Joe Biden 2.0. Not a goddamn thing is going to fucking change. That's just my guess. He got the ceasefire agreement. Good on you, Donald. Why are you talking about cleaning up Gaza? How come you're not confident that the ceasefire will hold? He says it's their war. We're financing it to the billions and billions of dollars. I think that makes us fucking involved. The rest of the world fucking knows it. Palestine definitely knows it. When the bombs drop and it's got made in the USA. And then $50 million for condoms for Palestine. Do you all believe this shit? Not only do you have the liar in chief who lied 30,000 times, now you got a press secretary who's going to pile the lies on top of his lies. So we get lies to the 10th degree. Oh, they're spending $50 million for condoms in Gaza. That's what you think? They're going to spend $50 million for condoms for Gaza? You're fucking stupid as shit. Condoms for Gaza. There's only 2 million Palestinian people. $50 million? How much are fucking condoms anyways? Jesus Christ. For 2 million Palestinians, you're going to spend $50 million for condoms for 2 million Palestinians. So that's $25. That's every Palestinian gets $25 worth of condoms. Get the fuck out of here. Do y'all believe this shit? Do you believe this shit? They'll believe when the bunch of MAGAts, they'll believe when Donald says that the sky isn't blue and the sun isn't yellow and the grass isn't green. Donald will look right at the fucking MAGAts, the American people. It'll be his supporters that believe him, but when Donald lies, it says 2 + 2 equals pickle bread, ribbit frog. 2 + 2 equals pickle bread, ribbit frog. You gonna believe that shit? He said they stole the fucking election. He said the sun is goddamn purple with fucking polka dots. And he says the damn goddamn sky isn't blue and the grass isn't green. And the groundhog isn't going to see a shadow because the owl has lost his damn mind in the most wondrous way possible. A frog and a toad and a ribbit walked into a barn. The ribbit yelled, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!" And you know when the frog ribbits, that means it's going to rain. Every time the frog ribbits, that's going to bring thunderstorms and lightning. Yeah, like Groundhog Day isn't a fucking pagan celebration. This is supposed to be a pro-life administration, so they're okay with Holocaust. They're okay with ethnic cleansing. They're okay with the genocide. But not with preventing unwanted pregnancies through contraception. I thought Donald says he's against abortion, but he's okay with in vitro fertilization and he's okay with contraception. But because they're fucking pro-life, they're going to make sure that the Palestinians don't wear condoms, which $50 million, the logic doesn't make any sense. You're going to say, don't have sex with condoms, don't prevent unwanted pregnancies with contraception. If you're going to have sex to make babies, make sure that baby comes to term in 9 months. So you motherfuckers can bomb the shit out of them. 300,000 to 400,000 children have been killed. I would think you'd want some fucking condoms. I would think you'd want to prevent unwanted pregnancies. You're okay with bombing the shit out of children but you're not for not producing the children, your logic is fucked up and it's a fucking lie. Do you believe that? $50 million? Oh, we looked at the books and apparently the Biden administration was spending $50 million for condoms in Gaza. Okay, I want to see that fucking check, and I want to see the condom manufacturer that was getting that fucking check. And I want to see the distributors. I want to see the entire fucking, from start to finish. You're telling me that's an actual fucking deal? Bullshit. Bullshit. All this shit just makes me think of Emma Goldman. What did Emma Goldman say? Well, she says a bunch of stuff. So here's a couple Emma Goldman quotes to round this whole thing off, to square this circle. The most unpardonable sin in society is the independence of thought. Politicians will promise you heaven before the election, and then after the election, they'll give you hell. The most sincere, the most violent element in society is ignorance. People have only as much liberty as they have the intelligence to want and the courage to take. Life without ideals is a spiritual death. That's why Emma Goldman was for direct action. I know for sure, without a doubt, that whatever is beautiful and good in the human psyche and spirit and body and heart expresses and asserts itself in spite of government, not because of government. I thought conservatives were supposed to question government. You know what Ronald Reagan said? It's the government that's the problem. The 8 worst words in the English language is, I am from the government and I am here to help. Or maybe the 11, I think Ronald Reagan miscounted the words too. But that's the worst thing you want to hear. Oh, you're from the government and you're here to help? Get the hell out of here. $50 million for condoms, you lying pieces of shit. You're going to sit there and complain about $50 million for condoms for Gaza, but you don't complain about $25 billion. You don't complain about $50 billion. You know billion is 1,000 millions. Billion is bigger than million. So $50 million, $50 billion. So you'll spend $50 billion to drop bombs on those kids that you made sure that the parents had because they didn't have contraception. Get the fuck out of here. That would be a kind of a smart program if they had condoms. It's almost kind of saying, hey, let's, get some responsibility with your sex habits. But I don't believe it. I believe it's a fucking lie. It's a bullshit. Government is going to spend, do they even spend money for condoms for Americans? Where's the condom store at? Where's the government condom store? Does anybody, can we all show me where the government condom store is? The ultimate end to revolution is the sanctity of human life, the dignity of man, and the right of every human being to liberty and well-being. That's the point of revolution, the sanctity of human life. These pro-lifers don't give a shit about the sanctity of human life. These pro-lifers don't give a shit about the dignity of man. These pro-lifers don't care about life. They don't care about the right of every human being to liberty. Without life, you don't get liberty nor the pursuit of happiness. These pro-lifers don't give a shit about our well-being. Donald's not confident that the ceasefire will hold up. You're the fucking president. You're the damn emperor. You're not confident that your own ceasefire deal isn't going to hold up. Why is that? Because you fucking lied. You lied to the American public. You said you made a fucking deal and you lied to him. You lied to them. And now I'm supposed to believe there's $50 million going into fucking Gaza for the condoms. Get the fuck out of here.